A new week, which means a new Kingsguard. Also means some tourists have trouble getting the phone box door open and need to ask a member of the crowd to help. The funny thing is, just now it was the guy in the black who's looking very sheepish, who spent about 20 minutes getting a good shot with a cup of coffee that had no coffee in it. I never understood why they did that in the movies. For example, when you see people drinking coffee in TV shows and films, it's pretty clear the cup is empty. I never understood why they don't at least put, for example, mineral water in the cup, just so that it looks more authentic when somebody takes a swig. Now, I don't think there are going to be a lot of tourists out and about today. Hopefully I'm wrong, but I've normally got a pretty good instinct. Well, actually, having thought about it, possibly, given the horrid weather, they will have pulled the guard change at Buckingham Palace, meaning everybody would have flooded to horse guards. No way of knowing. I mean, I haven't actually got an umbrella up. I've got one with me, but I'm not using it. Because for the moment, although it's wet and really mushy for a Monday, it's not actually raining. Well, I mean, it's kind of like dripping a little bit. But it's not raining. We are back today, guys, because the lifeguards return. And I'm very curious, personally, to see what sort of response we see, given the behaviour of tourists. Main reason being, the lifeguards were obviously first back after horse guards reopened, and they did a splendid job for one day, and then everything went very much wrong. A theme which seemed to persist largely until yesterday, when things started to go right once again. So today is a 50-50. I would not like to guess which way it's going to go, folks. A lot will depend obviously on how many tourists we have, whether or not they're all carrying umbrellas, even though they don't need to carry umbrellas. Oh god, here we go, look. Let's just block the entrance to the tube station to get a sexy Instagram picture. Yeah, it always depends on the numbers. Not only that, it must be quite hard to get inspired. If you've been up since, I don't know, 5 or 6 this morning, cleaning all the kit for getting up on the horse, looking magnificent, riding over through this absolute mush of a Monday morning in central London. I mean, it is pretty bad, you can see, guys, look at it. Then it would make sense. You're probably going to be thinking, oh god, no, I can't wait to get my shift and therefore the day out of the way. The thing is, we've got months of this ahead, people. Yeah, thinking about it, far from ideal. However, this sort of transition phase between the end of the summer and the arrival of autumn is one that I don't like. The reason being, it's very hard to know how to dress. Okay, for example, the forecast for this morning was wet, rain, wind. It's wet, but there's no rain yet, and it's not windy. It's also very hot, 16, 17 degrees. Now, I know you're going to be like, what are you talking about? That's not hot. When you're wearing waterproofs, folks, that keep the water in as much as they keep it out, it's hot, because you end up feeling like a human condom. All moist, walking along the street, thinking, my god, why did I choose this outfit? And I dare say a lot of the tourists probably feel the same. Point being, for me, personally, bring on winter, bring on crispy sub 10 degrees, and ideally sub 5 degrees. Those mornings when the horses come out, you can see their breath. You can see your own breath. Yeah, it actually feels crisp, reasonably fresh. Almost like you could be in Zermatt, St Moritz, or somewhere lovely that isn't London. Because London, folks, is not a particularly pleasant place to spend the autumn. It's lovely for the summer, even though it's hot, and it's superb for the winter, if you like that kind of thing, and I do. Spring isn't bad either, but autumn, horrid. Don't forget, folks, it's only around a month, give or take, until we're going to be seeing end-of-day inspections in the dark. I remember those, actually. That said, it's been actually months since we captured an end-of-day inspection. I'm so rarely here in the afternoons to be able to capture an end-of-day inspection. Oh, I think the Frenchies are back in the town, no? Okay, this is good. Hopefully they're going to come to horse guards en masse. Yeah, so those are my thoughts on the seasonality of living in London. In other words, if you can, skip the autumn, guys. Go to Barbados or, you know, somewhere nice that isn't London. The funny part is that obviously a lot of people don't have the choice of their commute, and I'm wondering how, given how bad the weather is outside, how nightmarish it must be to dress when you've got a commute that involves one of the deep tunnel lines, i.e. like Victoria, Northern, Central, Bakerloo. Agonisingly hot, in the 30s. Oh, hold on just a moment. The Blues and Royals are here. Wait, now I'm really confused. Hold on, what time is it? I think any moment we should get it. Just thinking, hold on a second, how are the Blues still here? The horse just turned this way. He's like, what do you mean? I'm genuinely confused. It's 10 minutes past 11, folks. So the Blues are not going to be here for much longer, which I personally see as being a positive. However, a lot's going to depend on how tourists behave when they arrive here. Oh, we've got a very familiar face up on the horse here. Very familiar. Super familiar. Haven't seen him for ages. All good? I've seen you for a long time. Where have you been? I know where you've been. The same place that I would go if I was you. For sure. Folks. Yeah, exactly. It's a very familiar face we got here, in fact. Interesting to see him up on the horse, because he hasn't been... It's okay, don't worry. He hasn't been on duty in the last few days. This is what's making me somewhat vexed. How have we not seen this veteran, in fact? And that's a good way to describe it, because he's a veteran of the Blues and Royals. He, in fact, is one of the troopers that's been up on the horse for the longest. It's been a good while, a very good while. And I'm a bit gutted, actually, that he was not out in the boxes in the last couple of days. However, really good to see him back, and it'll be absolutely outstanding if he is going to return on Wednesday when the regimental handover happens again. So I'm sort of happy and sad at once, folks, that we get to see somebody so experienced, but he's off. Talking about experience, folks, I've got some good news for you. In fact, it's not just good news, it's amazing news. Actually, it's good and bad news. It's good tinged with bad or sad. The fellow who's just come into the box, lifeguard, boxman, is very well known as the Gatesmanator, folks. So the Gatesmanator today is not the Gatesman. He is on his mount as a boxman. I'm in two minds about that, mixed minds. On the one hand, it's brilliant news that he's here, because I tell you what, we know how he deals with idiots, firmly. However, he is an absolutely outstanding gatesman. One of the best I think we've ever seen since I started, that I've ever seen. I've been filming here for nearly 2 years. In fact, yeah, very close to next month. I think will be 2 years, guys. Anniversary rapidly approaching. I think the channel was created only in November, so yeah, we're getting very close to the 2-year mark. So on the one hand, absolutely outstanding to see this fellow back. Hopefully he's come back with a band of like-minded brothers and sisters. Oh, of course he's having a bit of a moment. That is the apple juice that they feed to the tourists in the HouseHoldcavalry Museum, guys. Don't tell anyone. Good lord, that horse has been holding that in for at least a month. Interesting. Okay, I wasn't quite expecting that this morning. In fact, it's given me deja vu, guys. I only woke up about an hour ago. Okay. Horsey just lost 17% of his body weight. This is why I did wonder before about whether or not putting a small drain in the middle of the box. I guess it's not possible because of the fact it's a Grade 1 listed building. If there'd been a small drain in the bottom of, sorry, yeah, I mean it is in the bottom of the box, I guess, on the ground in the box, that would drain away all of that liquid. But most importantly of all, have some sort of spray system that could then, you know, remove the feces and everything else, and leave the ground in the box sparkling. But again, I guess, yeah, I mean with those cobbles and so on, it would mean massive renovation underneath to include storage tanks and so on to dispose. Yeah, I mean it's a nice idea in theory, and it would obviously have massively helped with the situation with the mess in the boxes. However, that's a horse is kicking, I've noticed a few times. Look, I wonder what he's kicking at. What do we think he might be kicking at, folks? I don't know which horse it is, and on these mushy days, as you all know guys, I prefer to concentrate on the filming. Now, that's horsey number 1, GATESMANATOR. If we go along towards horsey number 2, instantly the bollards are still retracted. I don't know why, they haven't come back to life. Okay, so in the yard, they're just finishing up the changeover. Relief is done. Actually folks, if we pop in, we might just get to see the new gatesman. I'm fairly sure actually that the tourist will be well out of the way before he comes through, but you never know. Oh, there's always one brave soul, this guy. Oh, he's a rather fine looking fellow, isn't he? Almost thought I was looking in the mirror then for a moment. I haven't seen somebody that good looking at least an hour and 15 minutes. Okay, so that's done. Meanwhile, in they go. Look at that. Rare footage, guys, beyond the gates. I'm going to guess there would not have been any kind of dismount. I wasn't here, I missed it, but I don't think it would have been a dismount. The ground is wet, it's slippery, it's mushy. Got a lady stablewoman, easier, wouldn't it? Closing up the boxes. Good number of people here actually, considering that it's not a particularly pleasant morning. All enjoying, the tourists that is, taking pictures of the horse's bum. The troopers put an end to that. She shut everybody out. It'll be a while, I think. Despite the fact that the police horses are lined up at the back. 3 of them actually. We've got 2 greys. Can't really see the other one. It's like a bay on the left. No idea.
I took a chance on the weather after all.
I thought to myself, you know what? On days like this, mushy Mondays, there's a good chance that the palace guard change might have been pulled. I don't think it will have been because it hasn't rained heavily enough.
I could hear it going on down there.
Yeah, but I thought maybe if they pulled the palace guard change, we would get chaos here, as often happens on a Monday. We still might. But I'm just glad to see the trooper that's in that box is the superstar gatesman from a few weeks ago. And absolutely, he won't take any nonsense if people decide to get themselves into the box.
I don't know what's going on about all the new signs out there. I've been looking at the videos and it's really ignored, isn't it?
It's vexing. I mean, yesterday, one of the Blues was really on it. He did a super job. Other one didn't seem that concerned.
That's right, yeah.
I mean, that's annoying. I missed it when that chap was tugging on the reins. Luckily, I caught it on video.
Oh yeah.
But a lot of people pointed out that hey, there was somebody that grabbed and held onto the reins for a good few seconds.
Yeah.
The lady trooper did pull them back, but not good to see that, because I remember saying in yesterday's video, it's been ages since we saw it.
Some of them they don't seem to be bothered at all. I don't know whether they're trying to make up their mind whether to enforce it or not.
This is the thing that I still find a bit strange actually, and the troopers are very tight-lipped about it, even privately. Something's come down to say that they can make their own decisions, but there's a lot of pressure among certain groups of troopers whether or not they should be noisy, because it means that some feel that they have to do it and others don't like to shout. So it's a real mess. I don't know how it's going to get resolved, to be honest. If you've got 2 groups of people that take diametrically opposing views, what can be done?
Yeah, if they can't sort it out amongst themselves, can't blame the public all the time.
And their CO definitely is not going to be sort of like, you have to, it's different. Yes, you have to go and fight. That's a different thing to, yes, you have to scream in the face of tourists. It's a difficult thing to compel the troopers to do that. Is is problematic. I think, especially if it's on the public highway. But I don't know. I guess we'll see. A lot of Frenchies in town today.
I've got a couple of Aussies over here.
You're being tour guide. Now, remarkably, guys, there's a lovely Hinchy tour guide that we saw a little while ago along the street. Has turned up here with his group here at Horseguards. Yeah. It's okay, guys. Don't worry. That was a close-up of a couple of random students who didn't initially want to be on camera. On either, it looks like both the groups actually are Frenchy groups today. Yeah, certainly looking like that to me. Okay, so Gatesman, today's Gatesman, guys. For the moment, he's being left alone. That's only because he's not on a horse. Don't forget, folks, if you are on a horse, you're immediately going to be at least 10 times more attractive to a French person. Okay? Don't forget, a lot of these French students that arrive in London are hungry. They might have had a very small snack on the ferry or on the coach. They get to London, they see horse guards. They're like, hold on a second, there's a horse. Could you even imagine how that would taste? You know, with a bit of garlic, etc., some roasted vegetables. That's the French mentality, guys. Yeah. So we'll have to keep an eye on that group. If we start walking around the front here and notice that one of the boxes are empty, folks, you can pretty much guess why. Okay, let me not walk in the road. There's a bus coming. Look how close it's coming. Oh my God. That would have been me under the wheels, everybody, if I hadn't paid attention. Right, so we saw who we have at the other end. In other words, boxman number 1. This is boxwoman, I'm pretty sure, aka boxman number 2. Let's see. Now, the somewhat annoying thing is that actually no, they did change over pretty quick. It's exactly 20 past right now, so we've got a good 40 minutes of the Gatesmanator. And he will be the focus when we get people flooding out of the gates after change is finished. I mean, I hope we will. Maybe no one will turn up today. If and when we get people flooding out the gates, we will focus on the Gatesmanator. I mean, the only thing that matters right now is whether or not people's feet are inside or outside the box. Get out of the box. Oops, look at that. The troop was very, very, very polite and civil about it. I can imagine the thought process was like, can you get away from my horse? But that was rephrased in a more affable, bilateral way. It came out as, excuse me, please step out of the box. I think that's what the trooper said. Now, this lady's about to just look up the number for her embassy, folks. I'm pretty sure she's from a country with a diplomatic presence here in London. And the reason being, she's Googling the number now. She wants to make a formal complaint about being disrespected by the King's Guard. Normally they go and cry to the police when the guard is rude, but it's not going to happen today because the police are busy in the yard waiting for the Blues and Royals to finish mounting up before they leave. Okay, so her friend. Oh, hold on. Look at those feet. What happened to the gimbal? You're holding your hand. Are you trying to focus on making your submission for the Academy Awards documentary?
I want my hand to be stable.
To be honest, I mean, no matter what I'm doing, whether it's before nighttime or at nighttime, my right hand is never that stable. Okay? So I don't know how you train it that well, but that's some good work.
Supposed to be. I'm not going today, but I was trying to build a climb. The weather is fine. The rain was tough.
Yeah, but it's not, is it? I mean, look at it.
And I was passing by the Christmas, so I thought, why should I go to Puckman?
That's why you just... Be honest, you were missing me a little bit as well, come on. Am I?
Absolutely. Yeah.
I didn't see you for like 6 weeks probably. It's been a long, long time. In fact, you've been like the missing man among the usuals here for a while.
Well, feels like apart from the tourists.
That's true, actually. Especially just the phone.
They can see you anyway.
Yeah, you too. Okay, so I'm really happy we called that actually, guys, at the front, because that was, I think, the day's first get back. Here we go. Another lovely tourist, all dressed up, ready for her pictures with the guard. Makeup done, hair done, everything done. Great. Now we get to. Oh, no, wait, no, what? Nadru what? No idea which language that was. Right. Meanwhile, I'm secretly hoping, guys, that the approaching police horse box might break down just in front of horse guards, and all the horses will escape into horse guards. Look, don't worry, we'll come back to the guard in a minute. We're not missing anything for a moment. I've actually never seen the horse box coming this way, heading toward the stables, which are just along the road on Great Scotland Yard. This is how well police horses are treated. Look, that to me looks like pretty much a brand new box, is it not? In fact, that box has done such great service to the police here in London and their horses that it's the first ever police transporter to be awarded an OBE. Look, it's actually got an OBE, folks. Again, it's one of those Oakley Supremes. Oh, look, we can see some horses. Horse. Look. Horsey, hello. Oh, look. He's being a bit shy, in fact. He's like, I'm not a Kingsguards horse, you can't film me. But honestly, guys, yeah. It's the first ever vehicle in the entire fleet to be awarded its own OBE. Impressive, eh? And they're off. That is the kind of luxury transport that we have available for police horses in London. Are they treated well or what? In fact, that's the same box, I believe, an Oakley Supreme, I think it is, that HCAV used to move their horses around in central London between Hyde Park Barracks and here, Horseguardsparade. Lovely, eh? Yes, it is. Unfortunately, we can't see the horses anymore because the box stopped a little bit too close. Right. Who's up next, guys? I wonder. That's the question. The GATESMANATOR is absolutely coiled as a boxman, ready to strike, I can tell. The only thing is he going to have anyone to strike at? Possibly not, actually. I mean, there's a good chance that it won't get busy here until after the Palace Guard change, which is pretty much finishing now. So between now and 12 will typically be the period that it gets really busy. Ooh. Ah, he's talking. I don't know if you can hear it. He's talking to the police horses that just went past on the trailer. How's about that, folks? It couldn't be any more obvious because the trailer stopped over here and the horses were neighing and that horse responded. Wonderful, actually, to be honest. Really nice to see that. It's actually starting to rain though, people, which is the downside. Yeah, not a lot, but it is raining. Okay, so we're back. Line's being respected, look at this. Brave, very brave to dress up like that on a day like today. Oh, somebody just waved at the guard. This dude. He's going to ask a question. Oh god, here we go, look. Now wait for the smile to vanish. We didn't actually get anything of a fashion show here in a few days, guys. Normally the fashion show is on Saturday. Wait, now it's a friend's turn. In fact, it might even be a sister. They look really similar. never have guessed that they're Latinas, but yeah, they're speaking Spanish. I would have thought Czech or Hungarian. So funny though. And like an Instagram photo shoot in this kind of weather. At least she said thanks. I mean, got to give her credit for that, people. Everybody was standing back watching that, in fact. Very interesting. Blues are leaving in the yard. Everyone's run forward, look. Ta-da! Let's watch the Blues riding out. I get it. I understand. But we've seen it a zillion times, guys, so I'm not going to be zooming through the gate. Not yet. Everybody that's coming up, and it doesn't look like there's anyone in here, but everybody that's coming up is keeping a very, very, very respectful distance this morning. Look at it, lovely. This, ideally, is what we like, is it not? Please, very kindly, I just told the two Spanish-speaking ladies that it's finished. They were standing there waiting after the Blues left for something to happen, but there is nothing to wait for because it's done. It's a very quick ride out. That is it for this morning. Now, the interesting thing, actually, in fact, they couldn't have left. Yeah, because the police horses are still lined up. I swear, I thought I just heard horses.
No,
Did any horses leave?
Yeah, just leave. And then the lifeguard is going in now.
I don't know what's going on this morning.
They just changed a while ago.
Ah.
And then they just came out just now.
Yeah, because they haven't left yet. The Blues have not yet left. The police are still waiting at the back, aren't they?
Yeah.
Okay. So that'll be up next, guys. The Blues and Royals departing. I don't know what happened then. Pity, obviously, something unusual with the horses leaving. It had to happen when we're not watching. But I didn't get it. I don't think anyone got it, actually. Very curious. Okay, so back at the other box. I wonder if somebody's going to get shouted at for putting their hand over the line. I mean, to be quite fair, that's public airspace, so it wouldn't be a decent thing to do, would it? Got a better spot here actually, because we'll be able to see the Blues when they finally do emerge from the stable area to ride out.
Alright guys, walk over here.
Yeah, he's still respectfully keeping his distance. Wait, what? Some people just left all their stuff here, like it's a public storage area, and wandered off. I don't get it. That is very curious, why you would risk it. Plus now a whole bunch of people just turned up to my left. Oh, the sheepish buggy owner's back, look. He's come back to claim it. Ah. Very brave to leave anything on the street here. Right, so, ladies and gents, that's the rest of the lifeguards thronging through the gate. We will be smart and stay here. It's okay. There we are. What did I tell you, folks? Did I or did I not tell you that the GATESMANATOR would be on it? Brilliant. So we've captured both of the lifeguards that are on duty this morning. First time we've seen either of these two in a long time, actually. More than a month. Could even be 2 months. Those GATESMANATOR videos were way before I went on holiday, and that was over a month ago. So lifeguards just calling out their numbers. And they are actually going to dismount, to my great surprise and pleasure. The ground is very wet, so I was not expecting a dismount today. There we go, look. An interesting thing is going to be, as I said, to... a second one. Second person just got told to... I love how polite he is. He's absolutely firm, like gloriously firm. Mom, please step outside. I mean, I'm shocked. This lady's not, as far as I'm aware, this tourist, a queen. Yet she gets referred to as mom. How's about that? How exceedingly polite are our troopers? She's a bit upset now. Look, she's going to go to them, find the police and complain. Oh, good lord. So the troopers fundamentally are destroying any tourists that decide this morning that they want to take the you-know-what. This is what we wanted to see, folks, is it not? If we compare what we're seeing now to what we saw a couple of days ago, it is an absolute different world, isn't it? It's glorious. That's 3 times people have got into the box, 2 this end, 1 the other end, and 3 times they've been very, very firmly, but politely dispatched. The guy, actually, I think it's this chap, in fact, with his family. So they're able to kind of keep an eye on their stuff. I'll keep an eye on it for them because some weird guy around. Look, they've got a ton of stuff here. That guy just stopped right next to it. This suspicious-looking fellow in the grey jacket, but leaving that much stuff unattended on the pavement is complete insanity in central London. It could vanish in 2 seconds. People going by on electric bike, grab the rucksack, it's gone. You've got no chance of catching it. Absolutely no chance at all. Anyway, we will focus here now, guys. Fun is over in the yard. Change is done. New boxman, new regiment, new King's Lifeguard. There we are. Someone else just got in trouble. Oh dear. Good lord. I think the new rules are working rather well, ladies and gents. Did I or did I not tell you to have a little faith yesterday? If all the troopers were like the blues trooper yesterday, like this fine gatesmanator trooper today, and his colleague at the other end, we would never have an issue. Now, one interesting thing, guys, is that over here, the gate is completely jammed. Look at this. Some tourists just want to push their luck on purpose. I am absolutely loving how on it the lifeguards are this morning. They're taking no nonsense at all from anyone that is being disrespectful. Brilliant thing to see. Right, let's get back in a good spot, folks. And this is where we're going to focus our attention for the reasons that I mentioned earlier on when we first arrived. Gatesmanator on the case. Lots of people coming through the gate as well. So hopefully, the idea will be able to capture the gatesmanator and the arrivals. So that's a tally of 4 now, told to get out of the boxes, all of which were captured in today's video so far. Uh-oh. He went around, bless. And he's also waiting patiently for people taking pictures. Absolute gent he is, in fact, the old trooper. And there we are, there's the 5th, folks. It's number 5 behind the white line. Not complicated, is it? It just takes very simple, polite, respectful, authoritative enforcement, verbal enforcement by the trooper. So we now have a lifeguard trooper here who, yet again, should be used as a role model among the regiment for how he deals with tourists when he's the gatesman. As I mentioned at the beginning, one of the finest gatesmen we've ever seen, and we've seen some pretty extraordinary gatesmen here in the last 2 years. Yep, don't worry about the camera, boss. But, and this is the key thing. There we go, another one. If boss man walks into the camera yet again, I'm going to have a word because then he's doing it on purpose. 1 is crazy, 2 is take, 3, nah. Boss, you keep walking in front of my camera. I don't think he understands English. Okay, so what do we get now? 5 or 6? I lost tally, actually. He distracted me.
Watch this game, camera.
No, don't worry about me. I'm worried about you guys getting shouted at because of the new box.
All right, thank you.
Yeah.
Are they coming? That's it. There you go.
Brilliant.
Did you see the police horse giving you the nod out of his van earlier?
Wait, what happened?
That van you were photographing.
Oh
there's
yes,
the police
there was one of them that was giving me a little bit of maybe you recognise my voice. Pretty cute. This trooper's like he's setting new standards to the regiment. He's already told either 5 or 6 people to get out of the box. The same at the other end. She also mentioned to get out, to get back.
Between them, got to sort it out themselves.
The problem is when one is so outstanding, it makes the rest look bad.
This is their trouble, isn't it? Yeah, they've got to sort it out themselves.
It is definitely the problem, yeah. But I think, people watching the videos, mine, everyone else's, the troopers that are going to be massively praised by people worldwide for being firm but fair and polite, I think their colleagues are going to see that as the light, to be honest. Not only that, he's been very respectful. He calls everyone ma'am.
Oh,
yeah. I mean, he's not calling peasant, idiot, moron. He's using ma'am, which is a fine word.
Yeah, I pointed you out to those Aussies, and their grandmother in Australia watches you.
You're joking. Is she really?
So that's what they said. Did they recognise the name?
It is a small world, isn't it? It's such a small world. I started to realise that actually yesterday with tourists that I was speaking to here. It's an incredibly small world. I never thought about that when I started filming, that there would be a lot of people abroad that would be so interested, or people that couldn't go out like you and I and be able to watch this in person.
No, whenever I watch YouTube, I forget that it's worldwide. I'm just looking at the local stuff.
Yeah, it's a glorious thing, isn't it, really? Especially when it's a trooper like this. The trouble is, because he's so good, whoever follows him into the box next, if they don't say anything, there's going to be a massive deluge of criticism about, how is that trooper so, not on it compared to this trooper who is massively on it. But the funny thing is how some of the tourists look back in disgust, like, what do you mean get out of the box? Like, how dare you speak to me like that? Some of them are so entitled, it's unbelievable.
They were in the early days, weren't they? It was gradually turning around now.
Slowly.
Complaints about the people.
Yeah, I think that the light is coming. I think that as rain grabs are now almost extinct, not quite, I think people going up and trying to touch the horse, I don't think we're going to get much of that between now and Christmas. I think it will slowly die a death, and then everything's going to settle down and people are going to be happy, including the horses, which really is all that matters.
Anyway, been lucky with the weather, so I'm comfortable.
Yeah, I got an umbrella but didn't even use it.
No, it's warm at the moment.
Yeah, sticky, massively.
I might see you later on.
See you soon. Sorry?
Are you TikTok live?
No, it's a YouTube channel.
No, I'm looking for Boost guy in the park who usually does TikTok.
He does, but he very rarely is here and before, I think it's sort of noon, 1 o'clock. He's an afternoon man. Some of us like to be up early, some of us like to be home early.
Okay.
You can't have both, can you? I guess.
I watch it all the time, so I was like, oh, I gotta see if he's here.
You are here on a very fortunate morning because this chap on the horse has told multiple tourists already to get themselves out of this beautifully painted new box. Yeah.
No, we stood on the side.
Yeah, he's really enforcing the rules and making sure that people obey them. But he's calling everybody ma'am, which is rather lovely. I mean, I thought only queens and very very important people were addressed as ma'am.
Okay.
It's a great thing. I think the actual problem we might have, guys, is that some tourists might decide to go into the box on purpose just to get referred to as ma'am in their little selfie videos. We're going to have to wait and see if ma'am spreads. I do remember a certain other trooper, also a lifeguard, very smiley, blue eyes, good-looking young chap, who also made super use of ma'am when dealing with miscreants. So I'm seeing this as a hugely positive start, guys. I mean, what do you want on a Monday? Authority is what we want on a Monday, and that is what we've seen already. In fact, oh, look at this. Hold on. Look at this. The police horse has got his waterproof blanket. Look at this. What a beauty this one is as well. Magnificent. Officer, what's your horse's name? Wilbur. Thank you. Look, I'm going to try not to get run over, guys, while I'm walking backwards. That's quite a shot, isn't it? Imposing shot with the weather. Magnificent. What a magnificent beauty. Officer's not in a good mood this morning, you can tell, probably because of the mushy weather. Oh, it's not a horsey blanket, it's the it's a long version of oh, hold on a second, the horse just started galloping along the road. Wait, what? Hold on. I'm not sure that was intentional. 1 second. Had to happen. Okay, settled down now. I'm not sure if you heard that, guys, if you picked up the clip copy, and the horse started sort of, not quite galloping, but fast trot up the road. I don't think the officer was expecting that, to be quite fair. Oh god, here we go, look, more people turning up with 2 phones to film. What a surprise. Another new face who knows nothing about this place, the guards, its history. To make some free money. Pathetic. Okay, so we've got most of the box, including both of the delineating marks. Also got this guy who's just been to TK Maxx and bought himself a brand new outfit for the grand sum of £11. Somebody is paying these ladies to come and stand here for hours with 2 phones. They don't speak to anyone. They just record like drones, human drones. So they're definitely working for someone. No idea who or why, but they are. It's all very tragic. Okay, let's get ourselves over towards the gatesman again. There he is.
You'll see YouTube videos.
He emerged rather quickly, in fact, and headed back in the same way he came out. Everyone's behaving themselves here, guys, so far we haven't missed anything. However, the numbers are going up very, very steadily. Numbers of people that are here, that is. The thing is that everyone that's here, watching, filming, whatever, when the guard is firm and fair and respectfully calls people ma'am, they're not laughing, they're not mocking, they're not finding it humorous. They're actually admiring it. That's the key difference between what we used to see, when people used to grab the reins and the guard used to have a bit of a meltdown and scream in their face. This is the perfect sweet spot. Polite, firm, respectful, verbal instructions to vacate the box. It works. And it's not amusing, it's not funny. This is why the tourists are looking and thinking, okay, yeah, we get it. And then those that are already here are following the rules and keeping themselves out of the box. Really, really had a good idea the gatesmanator would be able to deal with it. And he's set now, I would say, the training manual in his approach this morning. Anyone in HCAV watching this, feel free to use this video, show it to the rest of the regiment, because this fellow here has got it absolutely perfect. Incidentally, guys, I'm not sure how many of you watch Jules' guides, but yesterday Jules published a video of a walk along Whitehall. He stopped here at Horseguards, which was, for me at least, a very pleasant surprise. I was not expecting that. Just like I wasn't expecting the rain, which is now arriving. We need to get ourselves into the yard, I think. Let's see if I can find a spot to erect my umbrella, folks. Actually, we've got a ton of people coming. I'm kind of happy and sad about it all at once because of the fact that it's going to get packed here. Yeah, it's raining really heavily now. We're starting to wrap up. I think, unless I can find a friendly tourist, I might have to put the kit down for a moment to retrieve the umbrella. It's starting looking like that. 1 second. That might be the way forward. Actually, it's on the other side. I need to find a friendly-faced tourist to assist in my waterproofing. Now, I don't think we're going to get people walking into the archway, luckily. And I certainly hope not. Some people have definitely been caught unawares though. I'm still hearing the drums, probably the Irish Guards, beating in the background while the guard change continues at the palace. That certainly would appear to be the case. Oh, the fellow was prepared, just popped on his cap and out he went. That's the way to do it. In fact, it's not, it sort of came down heavily, but I think it's already lightening up a teeny bit. It's a good spot to judge because right now, what are we seeing? Beautiful reflection in the puddle, but we're not seeing raindrops. That's good. Okay. I'm not worried about myself, I just prefer the kit doesn't get wet, and I think we're good. I think we're going to be okay. Oh, old trooper helping out, as he always does, advising people what a good purchase is at the stall. I noticed that a lot of you folks, like a lot of you, bought the Flopsy Ormond toy. Money well spent, guys. We need to make the Household Cavalry Museum sell out. The sole tourist on the top floor of that bus. Lucky her, eh? In fact, she would have got pretty spectacular pictures. Shame the weather's not great, but I've actually never seen horse guards from the top of a bus. Oh, hold on. Probably got now as well. Look at this. All the umbrellas have gone up. Ah, golly gosh. Some very colourful umbrellas actually. Hopefully this one doesn't scare the horse. Yep, somebody decided to stop on the line bike right in front of everyone else. Smart. Oh, now she's off. Didn't like my comment. Okay, we'll squeeze into this gap in a minute, folks. I'm quite good at fitting into tiny little gaps, so we should be okay. There we are. Bingo. Ta-da. Let's see. What's the cow for, ladies?
So I'm a brand manager for a brand called Crossline. It's an ice cream. Yeah. And
I mean, you've got sort of slightly icy weather here in London today, haven't you? Appropriately.
No, it's we have a social media series called Where's Bessie in the World,
Yeah.
and our sales team, executives, everybody, whenever we travel, we just take her, and then we post it.
Okay, so what
Crossline
your
frozen
target
treats.
is Haagen-Dazs or Ben & Jerry's or both?
No, we're really B2B right now, so it's pretty much in restaurants, universities, wherever you go out and eat.
Yeah.
That's not at retail.
Is it here yet in the UK?
Yeah, it's here. It's
Well,
here. You
really?
just don't know. You just don't know.
Oh,
But you
I'm
will.
gonna have to find
You will.
it for sure.
Crossline frozen treats.
Perfect.
Crossline frozen treats. Yeah.
Would you be kind enough to pass me this umbrella? It's sticking out.
Absolutely.
See, I knew you'd be lovely. You're so kind.
Thank you so much.
Hey, my pleasure. So Frostline, yeah? Frostline. You heard it here, people. Frostline. Go and buy it.
Private pleasure or for company?
Say again?
Private pleasure of taking all pictures?
Oh, no. I run a popular YouTube channel. Yeah.
Private. You know, visiting.
No, I
Vacation or are you on business?
no, I live here. I live here. Yeah, I live close by. Have a good day, ladies. Super funny, in fact. I think they're from Georgia. Right, umbrellas up, guys. My umbrella, that is. Here we have a soaking wet young lady who's braving the rain for a picture, respectfully, with the King's Lifeguard. I'm so glad we got a lot of footage of people being told to get back before the rain came. It's a very, very unpleasant morning now. It really is a horrid morning. Lots of smiley faces and lots of people here. Look, it's packed. But what an absolute mess. Okay, so we will do our best, guys, to push through to the end. I'm so glad though that the first lifeguard back was this chap. What a superstar, eh? Just like before. I need to dig out the Gatesman native footage, that classic bit of footage, and splice it in. Maybe repost it because he is a real outstanding trooper. We all know how do we say this? The troopers that are massively looked up to and respected by their colleagues, the hierarchy and the public alike. Of course, one trooper who sadly has left HCAV, we all know who that is, he doesn't need to be mentioned by name, but more importantly, the troopers that were chosen, selected and participated in the Elizabeth Cup. The fact that there are a few relatively new arrivals that not only live up to expectations, but in my opinion exceed them in every possible way, is a great sign for HCAV, for the regiment, and of course for recruitment to the regiment. If word gets around that the troopers, all of the troopers, are not to be taken lightly, are not to be disrespected by visitors, trust me, that behaviour will get closed down very quickly, and idiots will be not only disciplined, as it were, by the troopers on multiple videos, but, and this is the key folks, this really is the key, popular peer pressure among other tourists and visitors. We've heard it already, people saying, tourists that is, saying get out of the box, or you're not allowed in the box, or behind the white line. We've already heard it. Peer pressure is what will solve the problem here. No amount of signage, no amount of shouting. If everybody believes that the rules are fair and should be respected, we will have more and more people helping to enforce them. Not just those of us that film, but more importantly, the huge groups of tourists that are here, who collectively and often voice their disapproval of the actions of a small, idiotic minority. Everyone's been really good this morning. It's a great thing to say, look. This is day 2 of everything going swimmingly. Okay, yesterday wasn't quite perfect, I agree. The rain grab, guys, I didn't see because I was busy talking with somebody. I appreciate all of you pointing that rain grab out. I did make an effort last night, not only to watch it, but to cut it out, and I will post that as a separate, much shorter video, simply because that was a very unique moment, and that nothing like that's happened in months. So that deserves its own airtime at some point, probably this week. The annoying thing is actually that I was planning on probably having an elf tomorrow. That might need to be reconsidered now we've got the GATESMANATOR on the case. The only thing I don't know, and I can't find out either because I've got no spare hands, is which horse he's on. Horsey's looking very sodden at this moment. But the fact that the trooper has left the horse out on the street and not pulled it back into the box, a lot of respect for that as well. It's only a bit of rain at the end of the day and it's not pouring. About 4 minutes until the changeover. I will capture that changeover in this video before I finish, solely because I'd like to know which 2 lifeguards we can expect to see on duty in the next 48 hours until Wednesday morning. But yeah, everyone's being really nice this morning. It's lovely to see it. I have been kind of glancing over my shoulder at the other end. We've heard no verbal loudly. I don't think we've missed anything by concentrating on this end, which was my goal pretty much. Also got a couple more police beauties coming through. It's a wretched morning actually, to be quite honest. Pack them in waterproofs. Look at these 2 guys, magnificent. What we can see of them anyway. The trouble is they're blocked in for the moment by a bus. The officer spotted a small gap in front. Super stuff. Oh, meanwhile, umbrellas are blocking our view. Police haven't actually waterproofed themselves up yet. I dare say they can't wait to finish this hour. He's getting soaking wet with all the kit. Even Horsey's had enough. He's like, get me out of here now. Now, bearing in mind an imminent changeover, I think this is going to be the best spot to stay in. The yard is not packed and they're not changing the foot guards. People are looking, guys, at this lady. She just looked, you saw it. Looked to make sure she was not over the line. Love it. All out to the horse. See, I'm delighted. Cute with the hood. Well, these tourists are walking straight across, but then again, there's no point in the guard saying anything because for what end? You know, they're leaving. They're not doing it intentionally. That's still the one problem that we are going to have to just swallow, folks. People will cut across the box because often there's not really a choice. I mentioned before though how much I admire the tourists that manage to look nice and smile and be happy in this horrid weather. Okay, so bollard time is fast approaching. Myself behind.
Ladies and gentlemen, colleagues said stand behind the bollard, please.
Right, who's up next? Troopers that are just coming out now are probably just like, oh god, this is one of the worst mornings I remember, especially it's a Monday. It really is a horrid morning. I don't envy the troopers at all today. I like this back-to-back movement by the officers as well. New boxman, I think is it front march or forward march? I can't never quite hear. Front march, I think. Oh, what's that? I want some toads for breakfast. Folks, one of you will know which horse this is. Please, I beg of you, post the ID in the comments. I cannot retrieve the list because I've got no spare hands. Right, who are the replacements? Oh, and he's off. Right, and here we go. Right, will this trooper outperform the gatesmanator? No, he won't. Why? Because the gatesmanator is unassailable. It's an impossibility. Okay, so no dismount, guys. It's too wet. So the tourists, bless them, pretty much have spent all that time on the line for nothing. I mean, they've seen the horses go in, but no dismount and very few verbal commands. Way too slippy for the dismount. So it's actually very lucky that we got here before the rain started. Exceedingly lucky, to be honest. All right, let's concentrate and see if anything happens in our she leaves in our last 10 minutes at this end. We've got a lot of people flooding out the yard right now after that horsey swap over. Troop at this end is kind of in the box and kind of not. The other horse at the other end is right back in the box. There's no point in moving for now. There's nothing to see at that end. So we will stay at this end. Oh, he just shot. Oh. The gatesman is really on it. This gatesman is doing a superb job with the tourists. Outstanding, this man. Very tall, actually, he is. An absolutely top gatesman. Not quite gatesman, but pretty damn good. Well, I mean, I don't think anybody, there's just too many people with umbrellas. It's a bit of a mess, to be honest, today. Wait, the phone actually ran out? Oh my god, seriously? Like, that's a classic, I swear. Well, I guess that's you done then today. See you soon. It ran out of storage. 1 second, folks. Somebody's got a flower. I'm not quite sure if that is going to work to keep the rain off her head. Is that a tour guide, maybe? Right, bit of crowding at this end. Honestly, hoping we can get a bit closer for the last 5 minutes, but it's not looking good. 1 second, let's have a look at who we've got in this box. and then we'll focus the last few minutes at the other end. Okay, so here we go. Trooper, force, but they are way back in the box, as I mentioned to you before. As usual, they're pretty flooded to this end. Now the good thing is that the rain, guys, which was heavy a few minutes ago, is already stopping again. And it barely just started, it's already stopping. It's almost time to lose the umbrella. One minute it's pouring, the next minute it's pretty much normal again. It's a bipolar British autumn weather. Very well dressed with a little Louis Vuitton bag. What are you thinking, folks? What will this trooper do? Of course he's poised, look. It's a bit annoying that there was not the option to get a picture of the GATESMANATOR, but I'll try and grab a screenshot from the video. It won't be as usual, it won't be up to my usual quality, but hopefully there'll be a picture good enough. Again, I don't have any spare hands, folks, to deal with that. Right, let's drop the umbrella down, get rid of that for the moment. I'm thinking there's a good chance that no one will actually go into the box in this last 5-6 minutes. So we might not actually get a definitive answer vis-a-vis whether people are going to get told off by this trooper. I'm going to be really, really shocked if people do enter the box and he remains silent after what we've just seen. Okay, my hand was actually dying, folks, from holding the pole without being able to change hands in the last 15 minutes. Everyone is staying outside the box, and I'm not exaggerating. Look. Skeptics among you that didn't think it would work, it is working just fine.
I'm not finding you. I won't be back for a while.
I'll see you soon, yeah? Take care of yourself. Okay, bye. Colin will be fine, guys. He's a proper trooper of the old school. He'll be back here in no time. Let me move back a teeny weeny bit. The arrivals are looking at the sign, they're seeing it, and they're heeding the advice not to get too close. Everyone today. Even bubble hat. Of course they're going to start to think they smell or something because no one's getting even close. I told you that if they electrified the line it would work. What I didn't tell you is that that line was indeed electrified, guys, overnight. It's only a very mild current. It's working, isn't it? Oh, look at this slippers, bro. I thought he was going to try and touch the horse. Russian guy, actually. Slippers in this weather, very curious. And no socks. Interesting. Oh, this guy just arrived, folks. He was passing through the Darien Gap the day before yesterday. He's now made it to London. And he's wondering whether he's going to survive the Kingsguard too. Good man.
站在这，我就这样，
It's going to be a good day today. I can feel it. Trouble is, a lot of older people that arrive here with their families. You can often hear the family members saying, "Oh, a bit closer," or I can't quite fit you in, whatever. That's going to be problematic. Kid just arrived on the right. I won't film her unless she gets into the shot. Oh, too late. She would have did. Look on her face when she saw there's a horse. Straight away she's like, "Oh, Mum, take a picture." Love it. That's what it's all about. I mean, you were hoping, I guess, everybody, I'm not being presumptuous here, but as was I, for a very positive start to a new week. I would say that what we've seen in the past hour has exceeded expectations. It's exceeded mine. And my expectations are very reasonable. Oh, these tourists, they just arrived and they are absolutely delighted. White coat, black top, at the fact there are horses here. Honestly, they were just like, no way. I'm pointing. It's a wonderful thing, guys. If you've never seen it before and you're not expecting it. Like I said, this does not exist anywhere. How you doing? You're right.
Yeah, very good.
I've seen you for a while.
Yeah, it's been a while.
You're becoming famous so people's videos as being like, the tour guide enforcer of naughty tourists.
Really?
Have you not seen yourself? No. I swear I've seen like thumbnails on my reels of your face. I swear.
How do I find them?
I don't know. I mean, just kind of.
You.
Honestly, I would not lie to
Is
you.
it for changing of the guards mainly?
It's
or for this?
There was one a couple of days ago whereby apparently you went over and said to some tourists, "Oh, there's now a line you can't go up or whatever." Yeah, not my videos, but I swear I've seen you on multiple thumbnails.
I love that.
So yeah, you are.
I'm going to look for it. I didn't even see that. No, but I mean, where were you now for 6 weeks and everything?
I was on holiday.
Perfect timing.
Well, the second I found out they were closed, I'm off. So I spent a couple of weeks in Europe.
Yeah.
It's got to be done.
How disappointing is this then?
Yes and no.
I know, it's good for them obviously. I'm happy for them.
Guys, I'm going to finish up here to chat with Ron. I'll be back very soon, people. Bye for now.